We are back in the Misty Vale with Dragonbane episode 12. And we have a bit of a moral conundrum on our hands. Does everyone remember this? A fanatical knight killing and kidnapping people throughout the land. But he seemed quite nice. So it's a bit of a tricky one. But first, before we can get to solving that and heading over to Fort Malus. We do rejoin the action outside of Outskirt, where a rather unkempt group of folk are asking you for a toll payment you're pretty sure doesn't exist. So it's up to you how to handle this situation. And I will go to a map. It's called a battle map. Don't read into that. But yeah.
What about the music?
Oh yeah, the battle music. That's just there, just in case you don't fancy paying this toll.
Yeah. I do not really fancy paying this toll. What is this toll going to be used for? Are you improving the roads? Is this going to sort out the situation here? I cannot even get my shield repaired by a shield maker. Are you part of some local government? I will consider the toll, but only if you can explain where the money is going.
I think this guy talks too much. Get him. So if you divert your attention to the tactical map layer, and you'll see Quasimund is in front of you. There are three sort of henchman types standing around you, and then the two behind have got some slings. And they're going to start pelting you with slings.
Right. Is that Scum 3 and 4? Or is
correct.
That Scum 1 and 2?
Scum 3 and 4
Gotcha.
sort of like clumped together in order to throw slings together. They'll have them as well, but you are surrounded. They've come out of the corn rows.
Oh. You know, I just always like this when someone is asking for a toll. I mean, I don't think I've even ever seen a toll booth around here. That's where I usually pay my tolls. I'll pay my taxes if required.
I was going to command the opposing duck to stand down, but we're in combat, so...
Not yet.
You can still do that. I think that's actually an action you can do, isn't it?
What's that?
Like you can parlay.
I don't know if it's an actual action, is it? Am I crazy? Actions. Yeah. Find weak spot. Topple. Grapple.
Oh,
Disarm.
Free actions. Say or shout a few words. I swear there's like a... Oh, the grapple, disarm, topple, find weak spot. Oh.
Cat.
Did I dream
still,
it?
I shout at... He shouts at this Mallard compatriot and says, "You sully the good name of the Mallard. Quasimund. Not Quasimund, that'd be a bit on the nose or on the bill. Wait, what are you just talking about Quasimund in a different context? Was that a character you were just talking about from a different...
Don't think
Are you thinking of Maladuck?
Yeah, I'm mashing them together. I'm sure you mentioned before, the preamble before the show, you mentioned some kind of quasi someone. Anyway, you sully the good name of the Mallards. You follow in the light of, or the darkness of Sathmog. And now you challenge us as we return home for a well-earned dinner and a sleep and a nestle in a bale of hay. We're about to die, fiend.
You don't speak for all of us, Mallards.
Beer in his face.
I'm sure there's some sort of deep lore about Mallards, and there's there's a two-tier society where there's like the well-to-do Mallard knights, and then there's the common Mallards who are looked down upon.
Of course, the ugly Mallards and the regular Mallards, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Famous story of the ugly mallard.
Yeah.
Ugly mallardling.
It's that story that really shaped Hoisin into the Mallard he is
yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a good thing I'm pretty. Now,
Yeah.
off to go and kill for money.
Long journey. Beautiful now.
Now, sir, there's really no need for all this unpleasantness. We're only working stiffs just like you, on our way back from a long journey full of toil and peril. I'm sure you too know the trials and tribulations of this horrible world. As rich folks in town that'd make for much better toll partners than we would. Why don't we put the slings and the arrows away just for a moment and talk about how we can maybe work together and make everybody a little bit more money.
Give me a persuasion with a bane.
I'm sure that will go absolutely fine.
Oh,
Oh,
one of them was a dragon.
bad luck, old chap.
Wah wah.
One of them, maybe Quasimund Scum 3. No, probably just one actually. He's probably the second in command. And he says, maybe that does sound like a good idea. He's like, shut up. We got orders to take you guys out on the road. And that's what we're gonna do.
Excuse me, are you saying that this is not actually a tolerance? Because I know you did not elaborate, but it just seems a little inconsistent with your original approach. If you just clarify that it is, then I shall have a wee bit less compunction in ending this banditry.
Man, you knights are so stupid. We're trying to rob you.
I would like to add at this point that I've been mulling on what floor would suit Marcel,
Oh, yes.
and I had basically decided that actually, based on how his interactions have been so far, that I think his gullibility and innate kind of trusting nature, he'll just trust the first person he meets, even a knight who seems actually maybe quite evil, that this might actually be quite a good flaw for him.
Nice. Maybe we should talk about that after this bit.
So, yes, sorry, I only brought it up because it seemed relevant.
Yeah.
Onwards.
Well, yeah, they will attack. But the first in the initiative is Archibald.
Oh, sweet. By the way, were actions completed with Archibald in the last session? Because I'm down some whoops and some hups. I just want to make sure that I should be before we start.
There was definitely a long rest, so you should be fine.
Cool. All right, I'll fix that after my turn. But given that they are now rushing at us with violent intent, Archibald will go, I guess, counter battery work, and will shoot a fireball at one of the scums that are attempting to attack us from range.
Okay. 3 and 4.
Them's the boys. Oomph.
Oh, spicy.
2.
Kabanga. So it's 4d6s to roll. Come on now, there you go.
Oh. Bit of a low roll there. You hit him, but he's
No.
not quite down. Looks painful though.
I glanced and
A lot of screaming involved.
He's not dead, but he kind of might be better off.
Yeah.
I'm not dead, but I'm very badly burnt.
You could just hear him in the cornrows. I'll try. I think my leg is broken. I'll try to stand on the other one. Oh. Right. His mate next to him, Scum 3, is like, fucking hell. Takes a few steps away and then winds up his sling to hit you back. Oh, whoops. I need to actually do the sling first. That'd be a good idea.
Ah! A sling and a miss!
That was
What
very
they
good.
say.
Thank you. Thank you, someone. Anyone.
Like bonks the top of the brim of Archibald's hat slightly, and he's like, "No, thank you."
Is that why it's at such a jaunty angle in his photo?
Yeah, it keeps getting hit. He can't help it.
Blink.
It's a stone magnet.
Well,
Ah! Arouse the table!
they don't. I don't think the enemies do their table.
Ah,
Oh, just slow everything down. So one rushes up to you, Hoisin, with his what weapons do they have actually? Some sort of blade. Equipment. Oh, just a short sword. Just a short sword.
Not too scary.
But yeah, a deft defense from yourself. Maybe you point out your long spear and he decides not to impale himself on it, which is fair enough.
Yeah, go phalanx. Just go
Yeah.
low to the ground.
Exactly.
Spear notched in.
Yeah.
perfect one-man Macedonian phalanx.
Yeah. Use it to your advantage. Unlike in films when they start using it as a bow staff. What's the point? Giving up your best advantage. Marcel, et toi?
Ed, Marcel's turn. Well, how far? Hang on, how far away is everyone? Remind these are 2 squares each, right? He's probably not going to go charging off. He's probably just going to step forward and look out for his old. Actually. Hang on, I'm a bit worried about Quasimund. He's going to hold his action until after Quasimund.
Okay.
Must remember. Stand behind me.
Well, the other scum is going to attack you then. It's a hit.
It's a hit. No parrying action here.
Okay.
Can't be wasting that action in case we need it.
Well, you'll be glad to know. I don't even think a short sword can injure you, can it?
What's the short sword? I've got the book up.
I imagine it's D8, is it?
Oh no, D10.
Oh, okay. Might chip away at you. All right, Quasimund. Quasimundo. He's gonna wind up his crossbow.
Oh, he's got one of those, has he?
Patwang. It's a
Who's he
hit.
patwanging at?
I'll roll because it's either going to be you or Monsieur le Mallard. So do 1, 2, 3 on Marcel. Yeah, this is on Marcel.
Surely good.
I also don't know how much damage this does.
I think Marcel, without knowing the damage stat of the crossbow, would probably be interested in parrying.
Dodging, you mean?
No, parrying with his shield,
Ah, is that how that works?
which allows him to parry. So I just need to pass a swords roll, he said.
Or a shield. I like a human thing. Like that.
No. Marcel both has a shield and acts as a shield. But he has a shield.
But you're using your rolling sword to parry with a shield.
That's correct.
Is that because that's your human ability? You can use any skill to do anything?
No, it's just when you're rolling parrying, you roll with the weapon that you're using, but there isn't a shield's ability, so you're
Gotcha.
parrying with a shield. You just use your fighting skill.
Gotcha.
That's good.
I've said all that with confidence, and then I'm going to check it.
It's
It does
better-
sound odd, but yeah, you're right. There's no shields. What could you? There's no block skill.
Well, jolly good. Thunk. I go check the rule now. just to be sure.
Yeah, I may also, if I do enough damage against it, I can destroy it, can't I? So.
Yeah.
Yes. I've forgotten the durability of it. You'll have to do quite a big hit. But
yeah. Let's see. Quasimundo has a light crossbow. Probably not going to do it, is it? 2d6 damage.
No, I think it's 15 or something on the durability.
Fair. Well, I just want to see what damage it would have been. Would I even have got through the armor? Oh yes, I would have.
Oh, I'm quite glad to have parried that.
A spicy 3.
Yes. So parrying can use any strength-based melee skill roll.
Nice.
That's
Sorry,
good.
with a shield. Shielding can use any. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I guess like skill with a shield is not really as sort of on par with skill with a sword, I guess.
That's why it seemed weird in concept, but
Well, I think you're skilled in the art of fighting with a sword and shield.
Yeah. Oh, I mean like just holding some wood. It's not like it's not like, oh, I need to level this up.
Yeah.
I could affect a crossbow, so maybe.
Twang. Hoisin, this is your turn.
Wait a minute. They're quite far away, aren't they? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, wait, although. How far can my long spear reach? Yeah. So I moved and the little nugget is still around. Long spears. What's the long range weapons? What do they get? They get a long spear, range of long. What does long mean? What does long mean, anyone?
What does long mean? Well, you can attack around another character, right? So let's just say it allows you to attack the next square over.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
In Mandarin, it means dragon. That helps.
That doesn't. But it's informative.
Depends on the tone, but.
Well, I'm gonna, uncharacteristically, but heroically. Oh gosh, sorry, one's getting waking up. I will run at Mallard out just general disgust and fear, which I think. Oh my goodness, which I think is 10, and then long spear across. I'm gonna go on mute because I dared to move. The little nugget is now punishing me for it. Better than me. Mute. I'll roll some dice. Mute.
Well, I'll have to see what silent roller. There he goes. It's a hit.
Of course, you won't be rolling damage for a few more seconds.
No. This is a bit like a commentary on the King's coronation. Oh, dearie me.
Oh. Is Quasimund perhaps the more nimble of the two Mallards in this engagement?
Let me just double check if he's got any armor, actually.
That is so phenomenally poor.
That's a shocker.
Oh, hang on a tick. He's got a great ability called
No, he doesn't.
called Weasel.
He's a duck, actually.
You can activate
This
this
is the animal
ability.
kingdom, Michael Pikel.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be near someone, so I'll leave it for now. But yeah, I can basically get someone else to take it for me.
Oh, nice.
Sounds like a great ability for you, Michael Pikel.
Yeah, we could really double up on that.
Doesn't sound very heroic, though.
And then we can be like a team. We can be. I'm thinking like the weasel and the bulwark. I think that's like
hate
that
it.
could be a.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The lump and the duckling.
I like that less.
I'll work on it.
You know what? He's got another ability that lets him parry without consuming action for 3 will points. I never got to use a will point character before.
Wow, that's really cool. That sounds like something that I would like to have as someone who spends most of combat parrying.
It's called defensive.
Yeah. Oh yes, yes. I
Um,
recall now.
but
What have I got to do to get another one of those abilities? Was to get a skill to like 18 or something?
yeah, or you do like a big narrative beat, I guess.
Yeah.
Pretty big
Could we get one of
quest.
those big narrative beats, maybe?
I was thinking maybe before you go to the big final location or something.
That might be nice.
That'd be quite fun.
Because that's definitely going to happen before I hit 18 on hits.
It could happen today. Well, no, it could happen next week.
Nope. Nope.
So how do I parry? Is that swords as well?
Yeah. Well, just roll whatever your weapon that you're parrying with is.
Yar. Quasimund. He parried your stupid little spear.
Well, he's going to be a pain, isn't he?
Well, until he runs out
Oh,
of
Mikey.
willpower. Right, and then Quasimund 1. Is that you, sir? At the top there, yes it is. So he's going to come in and fall in with Quasimund to help him weasel his way out of danger. And he's going to attack this aristocratic Mallard who he's only heard bad things about. No, he does not. Moving on. Moving on to the Burning Man, who will sling at Archibald. Try and go for the hat once again. Nope, that's another demon.
Oh.
Moving swiftly on.
Oh. You appear to have caught my curse.
Oh, god damn!
So Quasimund 4. Oh, that's him again. So there's a new round, a re-rolled initiative, refreshed initiative. Yeah, so sling again, please. It's another miss. Moving swiftly on. God, this feels very familiar, this kind of inconsequential dice rolling.
I think that may require a new hat.
It's just, hey, they hit something. Right, let's do this damage. Oof. They found their mark.
Is that also me? Are they both trying to sling me every time?
Yeah, these are like the sneaky, go for the rear.
Yeah, you did set one of them on fire.
Cool. Well, that's nearly killed me, so that's fun.
Heck.
They finally hit your hat where your head is.
I fear so.
Right, Quasimundo moves in, draws his little scimitar into Michael Peichel. It's a hit. Into Michael Peichel. It was a scimitar as well. 7 damage on you, Hoisin.
Well,
I
it's
will,
not
use
really fun when I hit back, is it?
use my willpower ability to roll a bait.
So is rolling to evade an attack not just a thing you can do? Then it's an ability. You have to have a relevant ability.
So you can parry and evade, but it takes up your action for the round, unless you have one of these abilities, and then you use willpower to do it. As a fighter.
And it still failed.
Yeah. He's pushing it. He's pushed. What condition are you taking, Mikey?
Loud baby condition.
I'm sure you'll do a condition. Right. Quasimund scum. Numero uno. Swords onto Marcel. It is 8.
Ah! I'm starting to think that you're not even tax collectors.
He's got a 10. The big 10.
Ah! This does not usually happen in my tax collection or in my melee combat. Taken 2 damage. Swine.
It's a short sword, so he's like managed to get it in your great helm slit.
No, I would have thought. I think that's more than a 2 damage in that one.
Olly, well, it's not gone in that far.
Ah.
Right, Hoisin then. The duck off.
Little banditos, a little bit of a problem.
I'm assuming you're going for Quasimund.
Guess you should clear the ads first, I suppose, shouldn't you?
The ads.
He just got wounded or not?
Always ads first.
Or do you want to burn through Quasimund's willpower? Oof! Who's that on?
That was the ad, yeah.
That was the... You mean Quasimund Scum 1? Thank you. Yeah, I don't think they get any willpower. So yeah, they just go straight through.
In a
Skewers
very
him.
literal sense.
Yeah. No being a weasel for this turn.
Crikey. Hoisin really responds with fury when he gets a little scimitar nick.
Yeah. Right. So Marcel.
Marcel turns to his attacker, whichever one managed to wound him.
Yeah, it's the bottom one. Southwest.
Quasimund scum of the no number. I've got your number. Ha!
Nice.
I sell for a mediocre roll.
Yeah, you give him a good slice.
He's just warming up. Old bones and all that.
Right, Quasimund Scum 2. It's going for the short sword behind your back. It's a hit.
Starting to get a little concerned.
No damage.
No longer.
Archibald.
I think he goes for the slit,
Mm,
but gets it wrong. Just plinks straight off. That's the great helm, one of the best helms.
mhm.
But as we discussed, it's no Houndskull bassinet.
No. It is not.
Pretty sure Handskull and Bassinet are 2 different types of helmet.
The Houndskull variant of the bassinet is actually.
Yeah, Handskull is kind of a treatment, isn't it? You can have Handskull
Faceplate.
Faceplate on various types. Okay, I withdraw my complaint.
Now put that one on TikTok, and you'll summon somebody to come and shout at us, fucking nerds.
Anyway, Archibald is turn.
Oh, it is my turn. That's not my voice. That's Mallo's voice.
We're all French now.
It's quite
How many-
infectious.
What are the chances from 1 to 10 of me escaping from my current predicament? How many squares can I move again? What's the scale of the squares?
2 meters each. So I think as a human, you should have 10 movement. 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless you are old like me. So it's only 8.
Or small, like a duck.
Will I trigger attacks of opportunity if I move past Quasimund Scum number this one?
No, there's no none of that in this game that we could find.
Okay, because my intention, fairly obviously, is to get a little bit, basically go over towards Hoisin and thingy. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. and huddle beneath his protective wing, and let Marcel tank the rest of them.
Fair.
But I will
Yes.
attempt to.
Hoisin has been known for offering his protective wing in this party, hasn't he? He's certainly the one who's done all the protective winging. Life-saving.
Your protective aura would have been more mechanically beneficial, but you are surrounded by 2 dudes with another nearby.
Yeah, four
That's
soon.
fine. I don't resent the action, only the statement.
Hoisin's
if I
too
remember
busy having
correctly,
his Hector versus Achilles fight right now with Quasimund.
Yeah.
It's sort of duck Troy.
Troy.
Troy Sinduck.
Nice.
Best I can do.
I think it was number 3 that I set on fire before, correct?
Yes. Oh no, sorry.
Then
4. 4 is the one who's injured.
Very well. Then I will attempt to inflame him with flames rather than sexual ardor again.
Okay. Oof. Unlucky.
Again, I didn't know that I'd failed until just now. That's really fucking annoying. But
You can reroll.
Yeah, you can push.
yeah, I think I will push.
Yeah. You'll be resting
Flame
in
on.
town soon anyway, so. Nice.
Yeah, if I take another hit, I'll be out cold as it is. So I'll make myself exhausted for my troubles.
Nice, but that does just auto kill Scum4 because he was on 1 HP.
Oh man!
If only you could
Okay.
split the fireball.
Yeah, if only Fireball exploded in a ball of flames. Anyway,
Magic missile.
chalk up a win.
Right, so we've got 2 are dead, 1's injured. I think let's see, Quasimund will continue his duel with Hoisin. It's scimitar damage. 8 damage on Mr. Hoisin. Are you evading, sir? We might just see the evade roll come up.
I think that's likely.
Because I feel like he might die, if not.
Tension's palpable though.
Yeah, he's got 8. He's got 8 wounds, so there you go.
Well, there it is.
And there it is. And he's done it.
I think we should do this in general. Let's all just be absent, and,
Like play by
and you
post,
can be
yeah.
playing a game of not really knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm actually just going to ask ChatGPT to code me a bot that will just roll my fireballs.
Yeah. Laurie will watch it. As long as it's Donald Trump doing the voice, it's fine. Well, so as Duckillies and what did you say the other one?
Doctor?
Choisin.
Oh,
Choisin.
Choisin Plumental, they back off from each other, you know, after a few dashes, dodges and weaves, as Hoisin dodges out of the way of Quasimund's sword slashes. Quasimund lets out a whistle. I don't know how it works biologically, but he does. And him and his scum disengage from the fight, and they disappear back into the corn rows in different directions. Like, let's get out of here.
Chicken cowards.
I'm still not convinced they actually will go to anything for the town. And now they are gone.
You know something, Sir Marcel? I fully agree with you.
Dun, dun, dun. What was all that about?
They're just the local ruffians, aren't they? But we know they worship Sathmog, so it's fair to assume they're the ones like spying on us in the town and keeping tabs on us. So yeah, if there's no chance to kind of run them down as they flee, or is that just a Batman puff of smoke kind of?
Well, they ran off into the corn, didn't they?
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking corn! Yeah, that's a good point.
And sort of different directions, so
Sure.
like would you split up and chase one down each and
Yes.
I think I've decided Archibald's flaw is that he's terrified of corn. So
Or he could just burn it all down.
That's true.
That'd be quite
Just,
effective.
yeah, just like blast off
Oh no, they're
fireballs.
hiding in that highly flammable field there. No.
might make you pretty unpopular with the townsfolk, though.
They wouldn't know it was you.
Yeah, haven't you seen Avengers 1? Just destroyed New York. You know, you're welcome.
There's no corn in New York.
That's true. There is no corn in New York.
That sounds like something that you'd use as a thingy and response password. Call response. You know?
Yeah. If
How
you're
is
a spy-
There
the
is-
corn?
Have you had?
Yeah.
Have you feasted tonight? There is no corn in New York.
Yeah.
Unless it's corn, rye, bourbon, whiskey.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You get a lot of corn dogs.
Still, Hoisin flaps his wings and honks, quacks aggressively as they flee. His battle cry.
I see we may have learned our fighting skills at different schools, but we usually do our battle cries at the start.
No. Once we've won, don't want to get over ambitious. Yeah, thank you.
I see.
It's a battle gloat.
That's it. Well, it's more like a don't come back here,
And,
scallywag.
Yeah.
Those ones are always particularly intimidating.
Yes.
Yeah,
Never come
you
back.
better run.
That's it.
Yeah.
Or it's like when two cats like get into conflict, two street cats, and
Yes.
they sort of like meow at each other, really like in their faces, and then eventually one of them just runs away.
There's about 20 cats on my street, and I love it because whenever
my.
I walk to or from the shops, I get to see at least one cat. But at night, it is not desirable.
It is, yeah. It is 0 Dark 30 out there for cats. I haven't seen the film. I'm assuming it's in a war zone.
It's
It's
taking out Bin Laden, right?
yeah,
Maybe I'm forgetting that.
It is.
yeah,
It's
with,
very dull.
with Star-Lord, isn't it?
I can see it being pretty dull.
Star-Lord not being Star-Lord, which is never a good thing.
I just had a proper out of body experience. So because I'm pinned down with the kid, the TV's just stuck playing whatever it's playing, and it's a bit of a David Attenborough job. And it's some weird thing he's doing, and they've like CGIing dinosaurs in as if he's kind of observing the dinosaurs. And it took me way too long to realise it obviously wasn't a real dinosaur flying at David Attenborough. I was like, wow, I can't believe they got the picture of that video, that pterodactyl. Took me a good 10 seconds to realise obviously it's not a real pterodactyl. Jesus. What's he doing? He's like flying around with saber-toothed tigers.
Have you considered that you might need some more sleep?
Yes. I mean, no, I know that. So I've not reconsidered anything. I just need to get it.
Oh well. At least one of you is sleeping.
Yeah, the baby is now.
Yeah, you can take turns. Pressing spears. Roll spears. Well, you make it molested but alive back to Outskirt. And yeah, I can't remember. I think it's towards the end of the day, so you're probably wanting to check in the old 3 broomsticks or whatever it's called, 3 stags inn.
Yeah, I think I want to have a good old sit down with Leanara in the morning. So if it is getting there, I think we are all pretty.
Yeah, you've got another
We're all
statuette
pretty
piece for
white.
her.
I got like 3 broken ribs from that
Yeah.
slingstone, so a nice
Flips
healing
off
rest would be good.
mug.
Yeah, it's rest and recover time, I think. Regroup. We can, in the morning, return the skull and have a chat.
Yeah. I think we can recap our kind of changes we wanted to make to the XP rewards, end of session XP rewards. Most of them are pretty much the same. We just changed them to be a bit more clear on what we actually get them for.
Yep.
Which is fine. And then in terms of weaknesses, you guys can come up with your own weaknesses, and you can get an XP for playing out those, or if you do something heroic, and we can all decide whether that happens. But the reason is it's because this game is a heroic fantasy game. It wants you to be heroic, so why not reward that with XP?
Yeah, well, then my weakness is kind of being heroic, so I need to change that, don't I? 'Cause I was like, I could get double XP.
Yeah, you're one of those people that goes into an interview and they ask for weaknesses, and you're like, "Oh, my trouble is I just care too much. I just try too hard. I just can never let a bit of work lie."
Yeah,
That's pretty much
Mike
it.
writing his character flaws.
I wonder.
Yeah,
I wonder if those interviewers always think that was a waste of a question.
Yeah, it's a bit.
I hope so.
It's just going
I've
through
never
the
actually had it.
motions.
I think it's such a kind of. I swear it's almost like a myth that's even really asked. I swear I haven't done many interviews, to be honest, but I never ask it when interviewing people.
I've definitely been asked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, well, my weakness is that I'm gullible. Gullible / trusting. You know, I've got to be careful not to make him sound like an idiot. But I thought I was thinking back to like what kind of traits he had displayed, and was thinking on that knightly situation. When I reflected on it, I was like, oh, my character just trusted him so hard. And I think it's because he's a knight and because they seemed aligned. And he was just immediately like, I totally agree with whatever you're doing. And as soon as someone came along and questioned it, he was like, no, I had complete faith in that guy. And that kind of felt appropriate.
Yeah. Where does that? What is that? Where would you think that comes from? From Marcel? Is it his sheltered lifestyle, or is it his an optimistic outlook on life? Or
yeah, I think it's a combination of his optimistic outlook on life and his his knightly chivalrous personal code or whatever is like I think he expects people to be like him.
Treat others as you wish to be treated yourself.
Yeah, so I think he's not prone to being distrustful or challenging people's claims in that way. I mean, yeah, I think we should find situations where he's probably going to be like, this could be a lie. But I think that works for him because it can work a little bit against him. It can also be fun, and isn't going to necessarily get us into like unnatural snags.
I think as well it could work and put you in almost like a diplomat role, which I imagine a traveling knight might be. You know, like the Jedi are kind of like they're called upon to settle disputes and stuff because they're seen as these arbiters of justice. And that's kind of like, oh, there's a knight. Would you mind settling this argument between me and my neighbor about, who's got the right to rebuild the shed? Yeah,
I think he's going to assume positive intent.
Yeah.
But in a situation where he's tasked with interrogating, information, then he's perfectly capable of it. It's just never his first thought.
I think there's potentially a bit of a trap in this, in that I want to make my flaw somewhat centered around stuff that I have that I've made Archibald do a lot in the game. Like Archibald is kind of, I wanted him to be bluffy and talky, and the in-game like characteristic that I gave him was like, I've forgotten now, but because you can give them a weakness in the Dragonbane system. I gave him boastful. I always exaggerate my accomplishments, and I've interpreted that as like always approaching like any possible sort of like, do you want to fight? Do you want to sort out with an approach of make some shit up and trust in your sort of charisma and bluffiness to get out of it. I kind of like the idea of his weakness being him thinking that he's a way better persuader and actor than he actually is, and getting himself into trouble like that. Like when there's definitely a losing battle and he's still going to try and do so. However, that feels a bit gamey because when will I test that other than by just doing a skill check, as I did earlier today? And that doesn't maybe feel big enough or story-ish enough to trigger it. How do we feel about that?
I mean, there's something in there with the kind of the overconfidence.
Have a think about it.
Yeah.
It's tough, isn't it? Because again, that weakness is he needs to have a bit of a downside, right? I think you did quite a good one, didn't you? Where it was like when you bragged to like Mallard or something and it kind of backfired. That was quite a. Did I make that up or?
Well, there have been a couple of times when I've tried to persuade and it hasn't worked. That's the hot. But this is kind of why I'm in two minds about it. Is because like if you play a character with social skills, there's going to be pretty much every session a fairly common or garden encounter where you either successfully persuade someone or fail to persuade someone. That's not like doesn't feel unique enough to generate a ping. So I feel like maybe I need to make it a bit more specific, or
Yeah, at least with this system, it's a chance of a ping, so you feel like you can be a bit more generous.
That's true, actually. That's true.
Yeah, this I think. Yeah, even just maybe having it in mind as we play and see if it would come up in a fun way.
Yeah,
I think always a good way of testing it is to think like how could this potentially land my character in a bit of trouble or more trouble or something. Like you would see like characters in TV shows that have annoying traits. You're like, why are you like this? But it's because people are like that.
yeah. I think like being boastful or really arrogant could definitely land you in a pickle. In addition to just being a constant part of the character, and I think that finding moments that make that division, I think are probably what make it so. You know, like maybe you're just always a bit boastful, but then you end up being, I don't know, finding yourself in a challenge situation where it's obviously a terrible idea, but because you're so boastful, you've kind of got to commit to that thing that you said you were good at.
Being called out is like the downside.
Yeah,
that's what I'm leaning towards. And Mikey's actually right. I did do that with Mallard, because I remember at the time remembering that I'd selected boastful as my weakness and deliberately going off on a story about how on my travels I hunted a big monster that I hadn't, and that sort of stuff is fun.
Yeah,
especially if I think of funny ways to do it. So I think I'll stick with boastful and find ways to play it out.
Yeah, see, mine kind of blends a bit too much because I think, as I wrote in the chat, it was kind of like being naively heroic. So it's both kind of a bit of Milo's gullibility and also a bit of just being heroic. But I guess the difference would be, I guess being heroic would be like we're in a fight and some babies are falling off a cliff and you save the babies. Like, there's no real question about that. Whereas, like I was saying, and I think it was in the chat, like he could be convinced or do basically, I guess, doing the wrong thing because of trying to be heroic, I guess, would be the better thing. Like I say, if there's a chance to be heroic, like I said last time, like the choice really, do we just press on? We found the elves and go save our friend, and we said no, we're going to go back and restock and then go and save them. Theoretically, should have probably gone, no, I'm going now, and that would kind of put them in danger. Put themselves in danger by trying to be overly heroic. So that's not. It's not really heroic to just plunge off into the darkness. So that's kind of it, but it's kind of a bit too much of two different things that aren't.
It's that. And then we sort of went around in circles a little bit with the Zweihander thing, but I think martyrdom being the opposite of the sort of the bad side of heroism is quite good, because if your heroism comes from Hoisin wanting to be known as a hero, then he's almost chasing glory, isn't he? And glory and heroism are not quite the same thing.
Yeah, I kind of didn't want to steer into that because it felt a bit made him feel more of a shallow character. Or he's not a glory hound for sure. There is a deep-seated just moral need to be heroic, but I guess there's a downside from that, which I think comes with the lack of experience, the lack of awareness. So it probably doesn't yield me the best chances to gain XP, but that's not why we're doing this. What feels more right is this whole thing of I don't know. So say they were, I don't know, in the middle of about to go somewhere, and someone says, someone said like, "Help, my baby's stuck in a tree."
That's exactly what I was thinking. For the first
exactly trap, and it's
When you described this, what I imagined was instead of Quasimund and his thugs just approaching us and asking us and saying, "Give us money," what if they had used like an innocent damsel or an old, vulnerable old crone as bait?
Yeah, exactly.
And Archibald and Marcel had been like, "This is bait."
Yeah.
And Hoisin had been like, "No, we must save this innocent crone."
That's kind of it, really. And that's different to being heroic. Because again, being heroic doesn't mean you're blind. He's kind of blinded by heroism, I suppose, in a way of thinking. I suppose, like not having a clear head about it. Like being heroic is like taking the killing blow or like to sacrifice themselves for their teammates. But this is kind of blind heroism, just brought on by. I understand what being heroic is, but not really having the experience or the knowledge of actually how to actually do that. But it's kind of I quite like it. I think there's room for that.
You said about him the way he feels about right and wrong. So it's like you've got like your own moral code that you follow.
Yes,
and the good thing about
it'll get him into trouble.
Yeah. I was saying like the good thing about like moral codes is they can be wrong.
Yes, exactly.
They can be skewed in weird ways based on your history and your beliefs.
Exactly. Like he'd say, "We must go save the elf now," and Marcel would say, "Well, no, we need to go to town first and restock." But he wouldn't see the logic, and they might end up getting the elf killed because we go there, we're not prepared, and we lose because we've not prepared enough to do it. So that's kind of the mishmash of the whole thing.
Yeah. Some sort of level of impatience as well, or
that too. Blind, naive heroism.
Yeah.
Is the weakness, I suppose.
Yeah. Kind of that old style heroic figure.
Yes.
Of a warrior.
But not quite there yet.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Nice. Well, that was a helpful little interlude. I imagine you all in your dormitory, like talking about it. What would you say your weaknesses?
Oh well, I can't do much.
But we're all heroes, aren't we?
I'm too good with spreadsheets.
Archibald is laying on his front on his bunk, wheeling his legs above him,
of course,
and picking the petals off a flower.
Of course.
Yeah. Nice. And reading some old sort of Dragon Emperor era romantic novel to everyone.
A bodice ripper from the ancient times.
Yes. With the dragon folk.
For the record, I'm not going to go into it now because it's not a good use of time. But between now and next session, I will go back and work out which spells Archibald learned from the grimoire while he was sitting about studying with Charlie McTrollface.
Didn't we say that would have taken a week?
Weren't we there for a while?
No. Then you left.
Well,
next day.
there we go. Archibald learned nothing from this experience.
You know where she is, at least.
Oh, well, there's she. I did not spare a thought for the weird troll person's gender at the time.
Do you have any more biases?
I have no. Well, it did challenge my biases about trolls. To be fair, in that this creature was small and sentient and relatively civil. Anyway, we're in Outskirts.
Well, she talked like my sister's mother-in-law, so
We all knew that.
that should have given it away, I think.
Can
It was
you
a
give
lovely
me
little Irish lady.
Ah, yes.
She said, "Oh, God bless. Well, such a lovely cat you've got." Well,
Milo had a nice cat as well. I want a cat.
so yes, it is a new day in Outskirt. You might have some things to sell. You might have a Leanara to see.
Yep. We have a shopping list, I think.
I think also Alfilia also requests sort of to talk to you. Probably not in the tavern, actually. Maybe like at the blacksmith's. That's nice and kind of like sort of a natural location. So you could split up or do it sequentially, or up to you.
I only wrote down shopping list horse, but I know we were looking at stuff, weren't we, to try and give a. Did we decide something that gives an advantage on? Give us a boon on whatever we were struggling with. Put up the tent. Really, I think we decided there wasn't anything, was there, that could actually help us do that, despite our best efforts.
Surely some travel.
We were looking. We had stuff boons on surviving in cold, but there's nothing for. We decided the large tent itself give us.
Yeah, so
I think we established there was nothing else we could gain an advantage for setting up a tent.
What it was is the large tent gives us a boon on bush roll. What gives us the negative?
Yeah, so you get a negative if you're just, sleeping rough. But the sleeping furs avoid a bane on bushcraft rolls for making camp, and the tent gives you a boon.
Well, we've got sleeping furs, haven't we, or do we not?
Has everybody got a sleeping fur?
Let's have a check.
I think we all bought them.
I do remember.
I definitely have one.
Yes, I believe you do.
I've got a sleeping fur, yes. So there we go. Oh, hello. We've been being shafted.
We have been having had. We have been had.
You have not have read your own rules. No.
Having a shaft.
Well, that's another way you could phrase it. Yes.
So you'd lay the sleeping furs down, and then that would help put the tent up on top of those or within those. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, that's
how. Yeah. Let's say that's how it works. Nice.
Yeah. Why not? Okay. Cool. So yes, good. We get boons on. Good. Great.
So you got boons on your journey. Pathfinding. You got boons on your setting up your tent.
Yeah.
How's your cooking rolls?
What rolls?
Your cooking roll, field kitchen rolls.
Well, we have the field kitchen.
Is there a boon on that as well?
I think field kitchen gives you a boon. Yeah.
A boon, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we've done rather well here, and I think you should be proud of us, Olly, because we've spent like 100 gold, right?
Yeah.
Not on weapons.
Yeah.
I know, it's good.
Didn't we figure out we were all a bit encumbered? What did we do? Did we give?
Well, we are basically broadly fully encumbered.
Yeah.
And there was discussion as to whether or not we should get ourselves a mule, and yes. I am personally quite pro mule.
I'm pro mule too. Right, what does a mule do? Donkey or mule? I think that would kind of be enough, wouldn't it? Donkey. Kick.
I don't know if you know this about donkeys and mules, but
no, I yes. Different, you're going to say?
Nope. I was going to say they're the same.
Oh well, why? I think donkeys being able to kick. I don't think donkey being able to carry. The cart, 50 weight units core. How much is the donkey?
12 gold.
12 for
they can
10.
also apparently kick though as well. Common animals, they can kick. I don't know if you can command them to kick. I assume not.
Maybe when they're attacked.
But a cart is 15, so it's not that dear. It's not that dear to get a cart and a donkey.
I don't know if we necessarily need a cart and a
Oh, but
donkey.
it's-
We're traveling adventurers, not merchants.
Yeah, I suppose 50 weight does go a bit.
You can't get the donkey to pull the cart and carry 10. And you'll probably
50
sit on it
apparently.
as well.
Well,
Yeah, pull by one horse. The
the
cart
cart is
take
pulled by
two
one
people.
horse or donkey and carries 50 units.
Yeah, that takes 2 people.
And yet,
2 people and 50.
Yeah, yeah.
That, my friends, is the power of wheels.
Yes.
How much gold do we have? I can't remember.
However, I am not pro buying a cart.
All right, you're not that fancy.
I think it'll be pretty cool.
Thank you.
But
Right, how much gold do we have?
There's
I have
probably
24 I have 24 gold myself. We just got a bunch. So I mean,
You have 24 gold yourself. How
Yeah.
did that happen? I've got
I don't
1 gold.
that seems a bit unbalanced. I've definitely been keeping track, so I'm not. What did you do? What did you buy?
Did you repair a shield and...
I bought myself a blacksmithing kit
Ah, yeah.
How much was
so
that?
that I can repair stuff. Well, I don't know, about 25 gold.
There you go. That might be where the 25 gold got.
I'm just surprised to hear that you
That's
still
good.
have 25 gold in your
I'm-
pocket, and it's not
I
gold
know.
that you've pocketed from our journey but not shared out yet, which
I
does
know.
seem a
And
possibility.
didn't we have some stuff that we need to actually divvy up anyway? from
Yeah,
the-
so you've got... So
We got 40 gold as well. We're about to
Yeah.
get the 50 gold from Leanara.
Yeah.
So we are well square.
You got 49 gold worth of treasure,
Yes.
80 silver, 50 copper, and a light crossbow in a
Uh,
pantry.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we get 50 gold per statue, so we're about to end up with another plus 90. Mate, I say we cart it. What's the downside?
Is that
You don't
including
need a
the
cart.
is that including the sapphire and
No, so the sapphires we used, we had to leave them in the doors. Milo tried to fashion 2 replacement sapphires, but his 25 gold blacksmithing kit was not money well spent.
didn't allow him to create sapphires from nothing?
Well, he
That
was
is-
going to just try and fashion some stones or something into the shapes of sapphires.
Sure.
But
And do you know how hard it was to not have a scene where Marcel creates greed? But it was in the crypt, and it was pretty obvious that they would get like bonked by statues. So
Well, I'm adding 23 gold. So maths. 49 divided by 3 isn't 29. That's almost half. Oh, maths today is not working.
49 divided by 3?
16.
It's not
Roughly.
26. No.
No, it's roughly 16 then. Fine.
I'm
I'll give
also
myself-
carrying a gold necklace that I think was from the puzzle treasure room, but presumably that's factored into your calculation. of-
yes, yeah. The
Yes,
necklace
each.
was 9, the chalice was 40.
buy a bloody donkey and cart by myself.
I have some very urgent and high value information that might help us make this decision. Mules are a hybrid of a male donkey and a female horse.
There you go. So you're wrong. Milo.
Donkeys are a separate species.
I
Shorter, broader
was
heads.
wrong.
Hmm.
When you started saying it, I thought, oh, he probably is right, isn't he? But then I did not have the confidence to challenge and or confirm, so I just let it all
Sure, I
fly.
half remembered that mules were some kind of cross between a donkey and a horse, but I had to Google it.
That's why Milo
get-
should go on the
We could get a
traitors.
bloody wagon and 2 donkeys.
What?
That's why you should go on the traitors, because the person who just won basically used that tactic where she just made no one want to cross her ever.
She was just really nice, and also pretended to be Welsh for no reason whatsoever.
No, not
Also
her. The
entrance.
person who actually the one. Who she was?
Oh, shit.
She was a soldier, but she
Yeah,
pretended
sorry,
to
no,
be
no.
a nail technician.
You all enjoy watching the traitors, don't you? I
I don't enjoy
Just-
it at all, but Jay does, so
I
it's
don't.
on.
For some
I
reason,
see.
veterans have won the last 2 series, so we keep trying to work with them without fair to try and use them for celeb oomph. I didn't watch a second of it.
That would require having some celebs.
Well, that's the trader winners. We could look again, game changer. We could buy a bloody wagon and 2 donkeys, carry 4 people and 100 weight units.
You
I
can
will-
spend your money on a cart if you like. Nobody's going to stop you.
Can't quite
But
afford.
Marcel is not pooling for a cart.
Are you giving him carte blanche?
Hey,
Ah!
you've got okay, right. Wagon might be a bit extravagant. You've got to chip in for the cart. It's 5 gold, mate.
He's not chipping in for the cart. He'll chip in for the donkey, which is all he needs.
Why
He's
don't
not an
you buy-
extravagant man.
you buy the donkey
He
and I'll buy the
doesn't plan on travelling around with stolen masonry or something. He's got his stuff on his hips, and he wouldn't mind strapping the tent to
I'm
it.
just thinking of you guys. When I'm swimming downstream at super speed, I want the donkey to pull you guys in a cart. You know.
I'm just thinking of you guys. Might be the biggest lie I've ever heard in my life.
Before we have a full-on argument about whether we're going to spend this money collectively or individually, can we establish once and for all exactly how many gold pieces each person gets from the latest take?
Oh,
Yes.
bless him.
About
Olly
60.
thought we might want to talk to some NPCs or something.
Don't be ridiculous. There's no role playing here. Mikey, you can start the spreadsheet. Let's do
It was
this.
about 16 gold and a handful of silver from the give or take a gold. So I'd give myself 16 gold because I couldn't be asked to divide 1 by 3. So about 16 extra gold from the loot. And we're about to get, well, unless we get back, so we're about to get 50 gold between us from giving in the next dragon statue as well.
Okay. Well,
We're
why
gonna
don't we
buy-
do that? Why don't we go and have that conversation,
Talk to
And
an
then
NPC.
and then we'll know how much riches we've
Right.
got to spend in the shops.
Right.
Right?
Michael Pikel, I believe it was Hoisin that specifically wanted to go and talk to her in the morning. You said.
I know, but now I'm playing into the whole delaying it because it's fun arguing about how many donkeys we're going to
Look,
Or mules.
you can get riding horses for 60 gold. They carry
Yes,
2
that's-
people.
Well, see that.
Well, by the time you get a riding horse for 60 gold, you might as well buy a battle trained horse for 400.
Jesus
It's just
Christ.
economics.
Are
That's
you
true.
guys, serious question though, are you guys not interested in any new weapons or armor or anything? Is that not on
I
the
can't do
cards?
I can't do anything more.
Marcel actually would like to upgrade to either a long sword, because it's just better, or have the option of a great sword, should there be something particularly hard to kill. But that would require a little more saving. But he also can't upgrade his armor because it's
Yeah.
Also, I would like to add though that although I'm very pleased at being big tanky Marcel who can't get hurt by slingshots but can very much get eaten by water snake monsters, when I saw that the lance, which can only be used from a combat
Yes,
trained
I'm
mount,
just looking at myself.
does what? How much damage was that? Was it 2d10?
Mm-hmm.
2d10, yeah.
2d10 and long, and everything else. I do feel like I've cheated myself a little bit.
And you only
You
need
need-
strength 4.
You need a 400 gold horse, though, wouldn't? It needs
You
to be-
would need the 400 gold horse, so you know that ship of sail. He's a foot knight. It's fine.
Yes. See, there's no better weapons for me than this long spear, so I'm kind of already. Unless you can add upgrades, can I add a flamethrower to it?
While we're
Tripod.
discussing, sorry, Ol. Go
You-
ahead.
No, just saying tripod. Add a tripod to
You
your spear.
can get a master crafted.
Oh yeah, what was the master? It's
Version. Yeah, times the cost by 10, and presumably there needs to be someone who could feasibly provide
Oh.
one.
Well, that's only
It's
10
increasing-
gold from mastercrafted long
But
spear.
it all does is reduce the strength requirement, which I'm already past, and increases durability. And unless I'm doing something wrong,
Oh, right.
doesn't
Yeah,
isn't a factor. It's weird. It's weird. That's all. I got excited by that.
it is.
before,
I gotta
and
say
then-
that is a slightly odd one. You would think it would just be like it's like this, but a bit better.
Yeah, it's an extra D6. It's
I mean, it is better in some ways, but it's the magical weapons is the ones that you want, and they're out
Yeah.
in the where the game is.
Yeah.
Rather than where you are now.
Well, exactly. And then everything else, I've got all the clothes I can wear, and
Someone's got a
I get-
magical
I get-
warhammer that they've pocketed. Couple
He's
of days
got
ago.
it. He saves it for special occasions.
Apparitions.
I am actually waiting for the right time to use it. Now it does have some other properties of use, but otherwise I'm gonna have to spend willpower every time I want to swing it. So it is a special occasions weapon. It's like bringing out the fine china.
This is about fine warhammer. You must be very privileged to witness this.
could get a guard dog.
Maybe I could take the warhammer down to the blacksmith and be like, "Can you give it an edge?" you know?
It might have on the backside, like they do have.
Yeah, and then he can pretend it's a sword and not an axe, which is probably what it would be if it was a sharp hammer.
It's a pick. It's a pick now. Is that a thing in this game?
Nah, to be honest, even axes isn't a... Oh, no, axes is a thing. Yeah, fuck.
I might get a guard dog. I think it's funny having a duck with a guard dog.
Speaking of things we might get, I might just go get a Karamak.
Nice. We go to speak to Leanara. We come down in the morning. Is she in her usual perch in the bar of the Leaky Cauldron, or is she somewhere else?
Yeah. You can try and catch her. Like, I think when you want to talk to her when she's Leanara, then she'll come to your rooms.
Yes, we do want to. Okay, we before we go to bed the previous night, we leave a little note pinned under the table where she usually sits that we know she'll find.
A little something on the windowsill.
So, she got a little treasure hunt to find the different clues that she got to tape them together, and it just says, "Come to our room." And he's like, "Well, yeah, I know that," but she enjoyed the treasure hunt, so we get a boon and everything. She's in a good mood.
Yeah, nice.
Because of the jape.
Oh, what a lovely jape! First thing I needed in the first thing early morning was I'm cleaning the sick off the tavern floor.
As an extension on the shopping chat,
Sure.
there's precisely no interesting things for wizards to buy.
Weird, right?
Like, wizards want grimoires, which are out in the world. They want magic teachers, of which there is potentially one here, but in a different type of magic from Archibald. And learning a new type of magic requires one of those. You have to get to 18 or have a story beat. So there's not really much that I can buy that's of interest. I've got a stave, a staff already, and some staff skill, but there isn't a staff +1. I was thinking maybe get some armor, because I'm allowed to wear armor, I think, just not heavy.
Yeah.
Do you have any fine garments?
I'm wearing. Oh, fine. Do those have rules?
A boon on charisma-based skills when the GM finds it reasonable?
10 gold for fine garments. Feels like a lot. I'll consider it. But I'll need to.
That's not a lot for advantage on charisma rolls.
Some charisma rolls. I don't know if like. I don't know if I'd get that when I was chatting to fucking Quasimondo.
No, fair enough.
Yeah. But Mallard maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. Show off your swag.
Anyway, sorry, that was just a little bypass there. We can go back to speech to Leanara now.
Right. And back to the scene. Well, have you found another piece of the statuette?
We have. We found so much on our journeys. We are still trying to find out who to trust in this world. We've met many a strange character with many a misaligned belief and faith, and we're wondering if you could tell us more about where your allegiances lie, Leanara. We've been helping you so heroically for so long now, but we're yet to discover more about what you will do with these pieces of the treasure. And also, we've met many followers of the Flame who seem to want to save the world and defeat Sathmog and not bring about the destruction of humans. And we're just trying to make sure we're aligned with the right people. Right.
She's like, well, first, let me tell you that the Truth Society is not interested in demons or dragons or anything that would bring destruction upon the normal folk of this land. Which is exactly what the Keepers of the Immaculate Flame are interested in. Bringing the dragons back to the Misty Vale to wreak havoc. And second of all, we set out to find these statuette pieces to keep them away from those who intend to bring harm to people. But I feel as though with your successes, I believe that I may convince them to trust you to be the new keepers of the sword of Eledain. Perhaps you will keep it more safe, and you can take it away from this veil.
Yes, the safest hands or wings are always our own. That's a responsibility I think we'd be proud to bear, to be the sword bearers of this land.
It is quite difficult to wield a famous sword with wings, or is it not? Probably once that's in the hands of a...
Still seems difficult for you to
Okay.
roll with hands, to be honest.
Of a...
Oh.
Anyway, I have to somewhere I have to be.
One,
I just remembered I left my
A donkey to buy.
yeah, I think I left my cart and donkey downstairs.
one pip for sick burn this session.
Yeah, well, there's fewer of them without old Dazzy.
That's true. Wait, to burn him or for him to burn you?
Yeah. No, he never
For him,
burned anyone.
yeah.
He was just a...
I beg to differ.
What could we do to help even further gain your trust? Trust us with the pieces and the sword itself. It feels like the most appropriate way. With so many warring factions, a neutral base like us would be the safest hands, I think, to sort out all these different opinions.
She says, well, yes, obviously I must ask the leaders of my order. I must send them a message. But hopefully by the time you find the fourth piece, if you find the fourth piece, then I shall have the answer for you. And otherwise you may take this, or we seal up the crypt and make sure that it is never opened.
What can I do to just kind of get a sense of if she's being truthful? Is it more like a
Awareness?
can I roll bluffing to check, or just awareness is 3 then? Don't like it. You say awareness? It have to be awareness, isn't it?
Yeah.
You roll awareness a lot for a person without any.
I don't.
In
Well, yeah.
every campaign.
That's it.
Mr.
One of these days you'll put some points into it.
Mr. Awareness Persuasion.
Oh no, it isn't. It must be intelligence based. Sorry. It is, yeah. Fuck it. I'll roll it. I've succeeded on lower numbers than 3. I don't have anything. No.
What's even more astounding is that you haven't tried to increase it at all.
Spears, isn't it, mate? Okay, that 18 spears. It's got to be done.
You've leveled up Spot Hidden,
I did, yes.
which is
That's true.
more useful most of the time, I think,
Yes. It's
for
at
goodies.
6 now? 4. No, it's at 4.
Go
Bushcraft is it. I leveled up Bushcraft as well. Okay, fine. Well, all that sounds great. Fine. Okay. We give her the piece.
Nice.
We give it a piece.
Give it a piece. She says, and did you find this in the Tower of Sighs, or have you not been there yet?
Yes, we found it in the Tower of Thighs.
Oh, this is very good. I hope that the haunted marshes were not too much of a problem.
Nope, no problem for us.
Roll bluffing.
No, I've got 2 in bluffing. Why can't I just lie? Can't I just lie? I mean, if I could just lie.
Well, I need to know if she knows if you're lying or not.
Well, why would you? Would you believe her? Like, I don't say it. I don't say it. It's not like I can.
You can't turn off noticing people lying. I
Right,
guess.
well, this is fun. I wanted to use my ability ill-tempered, which gives me a boon on ability roll, a skill roll. It says you can't use it on intelligence-based skills, so I can use it for bluffing because it's charisma, but it still seems weird getting angry to get a bonus on bluffing.
I don't know
That's
if you
really
like
odd.
angrily act as if like, why are you
I
questioning
guess,
me?
yeah, all right. I'll redo it exactly. I'll redo it and be a bit like, what, do you think we couldn't handle the haunted marshes? You think we wouldn't be able to get out of the blooming Tower of Thighs? Yeah, bit of that. There we go. That's what he does. Right, I use my ill-tempered.
Duck thighs.
Duck that. Oh, no.
Oh.
Do a 5 in bluffing, so you know this feels strong.
Delicious.
No, you can't eat me.
So what are you doing? You're getting a boon, are you?
Yes. But failing to make any use of it. Still, you know.
She looks at you. Her sharp eyes.
She sees my tail.
She says, "Well,
My tail twitches.
you have not been to the haunted marshes, have you? You would be covered in mosquito bites if you had been there."
No, they can't get through my feathery plumage. Don't look at the humans.
She says, "Tell me, where have you been?"
Well, no, I apologize. I was pulling a prank on you. We wanted to sound more heroic than we actually were. We didn't end up going to Tower of Thighs. We went to the
Troll Spire.
That's it. That's why I was embarrassed. I couldn't remember where we even went. No, we went to the old Troll Spire, and it was a bit of an embarrassing debacle, to be honest. Sort of fireballs to the faces and toads biting us. It was a bad old time. So apologies for lying to you there, but
Don't
no,
forget
we've not been brave enough yet to get to the Tower of Thighs yet.
Hoisin, you're playing it down. The adventures we got up to. Don't you remember the perilous fight with the harpies? We were mobbed by mythical beasts from Jason and the Argonauts.
What?
Covered in poop.
Exactly. And for all the bold moments, it's one hand heroism, the other hand poop in the face.
It
was not a good time. And those bloody
into
roses.
a veritable shower of cloacal discharge.
Indeed.
I nearly died.
Exactly. Hence, I don't like to talk about it. Hence why I was trying to pretend we went to the Tower of Thighs and all went well. On we go.
So are you telling her that you're going there next?
Do I have to bluff again?
No, I mean, is that how you're leaving it? I mean, like, you're not
Yeah, no,
you're not showing any information about Fort Malice or
No.
anything, or
I don't think so, team. I mean, at the moment, she's kind of like just a gold dispenser. I don't trust anyone in this world. I don't know if that's just me. If everyone else has that same vibe,
It's just this world in which you trust no one. Yeah,
Yes.
just this game.
There's too many conflicting people want too many different things. And we've just been given an avenue.
It is tricky, I think, in our current situation to know who's supposed to be what flavor of good and bad. But I think there is a consistency among everything we've ever played, with you specifically.
I find it hard to get into the minds of imaginary characters that could betray us at any moment. It's terrifying. But she's presented a very interesting prospect, which is basically to make us the kind of heroes of the realm. So, that's pretty appealing to, I think, the whole party and Hoisin as well, for us to have that honour of getting this all that everyone wants. So, because I guess that's the only lead we have on a piece. Obviously, we're going to the fort called Malice because we want to save the elf, but we don't actually think there's a piece they're doing.
But you did say that you would, if you got the sword, you would have to leave the Misty Vale and like just run away with it. Probably not the most heroic.
That's not very heroic.
I imagine Immaculate Flame was like, "Oh yes, we'll get the sword and kill Sathmog." It's probably the one that you'd be more interested in.
Well, yes, that is true, but can't we do both? That's where my mind goes. We'll take the sword and then we'll kill Sathmog. That's kind of where my brain goes.
And then we'll leave.
I mean, that's not Leanara's plan.
No, but screw that. That's what I mean. Just gold dispenser. So just keep her on side. To get the gold, get the sword, kill the demon, save the day.
I mean, yeah, it's I'm pretty sure it was Odysseus who said she's just a gold dispenser in the Iliad.
Exactly.
Page 1.
It's fine. No, it's okay. Yeah, we just need to say we know we got the next lead, which is the Tower of Thighs, and we're off our next adventure.
Nice.
We'll see you soon with the final piece.
I am looking forward to completing the statuette, seeing what lies below this crypt.
Us as well.
Yes.
All right. Next NPC chat, or I don't really want to spend 25 minutes shopping.
All right, well, let's do it quick then. Gold was 50 divided by 3.
Didn't you just do 49 divided by 3?
You trying to skimp us out of a gold? 49 isn't. 48 divided by 3 is a number. Stop me. Oh, my brain.
I feel like the shopping.
We're all on computers right now.
Yeah, I feel like the shopping thing is definitely like stuff we could do between sessions if.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, fine.
If you guys were more inclined to go on the Discord between
Wait, well, my
sessions.
gold's gone.
I think the shopping doesn't need to take 30 minutes. It's just, well, Mike can decide what he wants to do with his cart money. I'm going to buy a long sword. There you go. That's me done.
I'm going to buy a guard dog and a third of a donkey. Who'll join me in another third?
Which
of a
third?
donkey? Middle.
Yes, Marcel will contribute towards the donkey.
Right.
But not
I
a
will
cart.
also contribute towards. How much is a third of a donkey?
12, 4 gold.
Okay.
Well, that's all worked out well. I'm back down to 2 gold.
I'm on 39, but I've got nothing to spend it on.
Do you want to go half on a card?
Oh, God.
So to only Hoisin and
Exactly. Yeah. Not
and
using-
Archibald are allowed to go on the cart.
Yes.
Marcel has to walk.
It's very strict.
Marcel likes walking. He's a travelling knight.
The thing is, I think Archibald really does like the idea of having a cart or a wagon because he's
Wait, let's-
lazy and
I'll go-
luxuriant.
I'll go 8, you go 7. Split that way. Yeah?
Let's do it.
We've got a cart! A
I should
donkey.
like to call the donkey Peter after my grandmother.
What was your grandfather called?
Jennifer. Oh.
Jennifer?
You heard me.
I prefer Jennifer for a donkey than Peter, if I'm being honest.
All right then. We'll call her Jennifer after my grandfather.
And I'll call the dog. I'll think about it.
So about half a kilometre outside of Outskirt, you're at this cart and wagon sales lot.
Sure. And guard dog sales, yeah, selling guard dogs too, obviously.
Yeah, guard dogs next door.
Sure, yeah.
And it's got the inflatable like hand
Yeah.
wavy things. And you got the guy in the blazer, the halfling in the blazer, and he slaps the cart and he's like, that meme. You could fit so many whatever's stolen.
Looted sarcophagi.
Yeah, just take them with you. You don't have to open them, just take them with you.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. I'll take it. You
Yep.
convinced me. No need to barter.
Just slap a big old Union Jack on the side, and off you go. Pillage the world.
Despite having no desire to contribute towards the cart or even being able to, since he spent all his money on his sword, Marcel immediately pops his blacksmithing tools and his field
All
kitchen onto the cart.
Jesus, mister. How you like it?
See, that's
There you
it's the
go.
exact kind of brazen attitude that would win you the traitors.
Hmm?
Apply for Series 4 now.
Yeah,
There you go.
he's
Shopping
not
done.
going to look a gift cart in the mouth, is he?
Hey, very nice. You're really fire today.
Well, maybe Ophelia comes and meets you at the wagon lot.
No, you can't get on a wagon either.
She's not on the wagon. She's coming to talk to you out of Outskirt where there's no listening ears.
Yeah, but I could see her eyeing up the cart, and I could tell she's very impressive. Everyone wants, when they see the cart, everyone wants to get on and have a little try, see which the side. But nah, you didn't pay for it. You're not getting on it.
Well, she actually thinks they're bad for the environment, so doesn't.
Well, she's wrong, isn't she?
She prefers to travel.
You plug in hybrid carts.
Yeah, exactly. Save the donkeys. That's her motto.
True. Methane, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You're lucky we can get 2 donkeys then. Or should be really angry.
It's not like they go twice as fast though.
Oh, we're not fast. No, we know that.
Um,
I get the wrong thing.
Milo doesn't look like he's in a position to have this conversation with Ophelia.
I am.
That cat is more peaceful than the baby girl, so he's fine.
Yeah.
Well, yes. I can continue. I'll show Micah that you can, in fact, play with a baby.
Yeah, but just be quiet. Just scream at you for milk that you can't produce.
Whose fault's that?
Science.
Science.
Milo and lactates constantly.
Oh yeah, famously.
So Ophelia comes up to you, Marcel. She says, and I totally forgot what accent I gave her like 10 sessions ago. So I just go generic posh English as I always do. She says, well met, Sir Marcel. How's the shield?
The shield is performing very well. Not last night. It saved my life from a crossbow from that pesky little typical Mallard type that we saw in the inn the other day. So
wow.
Yeah, oui, très bien.
Wow.
Ah, yes, he is a shit, isn't he?
Yes. Also, the bandit one is not so nice.
I'm busy with my cart to hear this slander.
You're too busy asking the salesman questions. It's like,
what kind of speed we getting here, mate?
I'd throw it in the board to you. Yeah, 6
Get
months.
the wax and shine.
Oh, do me too.
I trust you have recovered from your injuries by now.
Well, unfortunately, not quite. If I had, I would have been going after Quasimund myself, don't you worry. But listen, I wanted to talk to you. Rumours going around Outskirt that you 3 are going after the Dragon Emperor statuette, and you're already having some successes, more than anyone else has seen in a long time.
Yes, you could say we were having a little search for the pieces. Seems everybody wants to find a little bit of their statuette these days.
You're too modest. You're too modest, Sir Marcel. We absolutely are the foremost searchers for the statuettes. We've achieved more than anyone ever has, and all of the scrolls I read in the library of Outskirt. In fact, we already have all the pieces. And we are just looking for the ways to develop them now.
She says you have all the pieces.
Well, give or take. Some of them are still in talks, in negotiations, but we have a complete hold on all of them. There's no question about it.
Well, I see. Well, I did not know things were so far progressed. I think it is my duty to ask you what your intentions are once you have collected all the pieces.
We we're still working that part out. But rest assured, we'll do what's best in the interests of the people of the Misty Vale.
Our little party is, well, somewhat styled ourselves after you may not have heard of them, the Liberal Democrats. Just do what we can, seize power, talk about morals and things later, you know. But you're part of the Immaculate Flame, right? If I've read this situation correctly.
She's like, yes. Yes, I am.
Speaking of the Immaculate Flame, I was wondering if you're acquainted with a certain Delos. Big, scary, charming, but also kind of terrifying. Knightly chap. So probably good guy, you know.
Kara's a really stupid lance.
She scoffs and rolls her eyes when you mention Tylos. She says that fanatic will do no good to this land.
Certainly, if you're a follower of Sathmog, if you know what I mean. Many in the forest can attest to that.
She says, "Well, yes, I'm sure he's building up quite the body count. Sathmog followers, or those that he deems to be Sathmog followers, but I think that his particular part of our knighthood is not exactly focusing on the good of the land, more the restoration of past glories."
Would you say that this Delos fellow is part of a little, is there like a coterie of fanatics within your order? How big is the problem? Forgive me if I'm being impertinent. It's just, he did invite us over to the, what was it, Fort Evil. So, you know, just try to get a lay of the land from someone who I like to think we have grown to trust.
She says, "Well, I'm not quite in contact with most of my order, having been located in Outskirt for a while, but I know that Tylos and those that follow him and stand in awe of his charisma. They do not exactly seek the blade of Duman that is buried beneath Outskirts, but they seek riches. They are of the belief that they are able to convince the dragons who live in the peaks to come down and aid us in our fight against Sathmog. Most of our order, thankfully, believe this to be foolhardy, and we must fight these battles ourselves. But the idea of Tylos's idea of riding into battle against Sathmog's followers on the back of a dragon clearly have gone straight to his head."
That certainly does sound like a dangerous sect of avaricious warriors. We have one of those in our party, but he's not so far gone.
Wax and shine, you say?
He says, "Did you didn't agree to aid him in his quest or anything?"
Well, you know, he's we try to be a little non-committal about these things. I don't know, maybe. I think we said we would come and visit. Does anyone remember if we said we would definitely help or not? This was before the other things that we learned. You know that thing?
That Hoisin has finished bartering with the cart man. He's very happy with his cart. He's really chuffed with it. It's a good cart. Best cart in the land. Yeah, it comes over. I'm trying to. What did he? He wanted us to do what? He wanted us to go to the port called Malice
and help him with an important mission that he refused to describe.
Yes.
Which is all starting to sound a little suspicious.
We too also share a disdain for Tylos's way of doing things. He seemed both uncivilized and overly braggadocious. We are humoring him for now. We have arranged to meet him at his fort. But we don't necessarily plan on helping him, but more finding out more and perhaps helping those he might hurt in his quest of apparent heroism that is clearly very misguided. So a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B on that one. Meh.
She says, well, I think as long as we focus our efforts on finding the statuette pieces.
Statuette pieces.
But getting between Tylos and potential innocence might also be a valuable use of time if possible.
We have to, and we will.
But I have come here as well to share some warnings with you as you collect these statuette pieces. I suspect there are spies in Outskirt who are reporting on all of your movements and all of your successes. It was easy enough for me to find this information.
It's pretty easy for everyone to find out that we have apparently all of the dragon pieces. Archibald.
Mr. Boastful.
Yes.
Ding.
That's the new title.
Yeah.
Honestly, our position is becoming more and more precarious, it seems to me, with every passing day. The variety of different designs upon the use of the sword, and exactly which way we should be opposing Sathmog is complex, and we don't quite know the best path for us to take as the heroes of this little tale. What do you, these spies that you found so easy to uncover, or rather, these spies you imagine are tracking us on the basis that you found us so easy to find. Who do you think is behind it? Who has that blade at our neck, if not you and your brotherhood?
Well, I do not know the identity of the spies, but perhaps you've seen the bats flying at night out of town and the northern direction. My suspicions were first aroused when I saw these bats, potentially carrying messages. Tell me, what do you know of the... I know you're new in this land, but what do you know of the Isle of Mist?
Let me just find that out for you.
Absolutely nothing.
You can roll a myths and legends if you wish.
Absolutely will do that.
You say Isle of Mist or Isle of Myths?
Mist.
Mist.
Like the Misty Vale.
So, you roll Mist and Legends.
Nothing.
Hey.
I also do not know about these bats, the rats with wings.
Yes, I know the Isle of Mist intimately. I read a treatise on it at the University of Schmagahale. 'Tis a place renowned in many legends and myths for its wonderful creamy textured treats and strange rabbit-like creatures that live in trees.
I think she just looks at you and goes, no, you must be thinking of another place, maybe. The Isle of...
No, definitely the Isle of Mist, I remember.
She says, you see, the Isle of Mist is where Eledain imprisoned Sathmog's most powerful servant. A sorcerer.
Say that again. This is the Isle of Mist.
Isle of Mist.
Yes.
You're really, really burying the lead here, Mikey. Like, it's mist. Firstly, he said mist very clearly every time. Secondly, it doesn't fucking matter.
I was more at that point. I was not clarifying it was mist or mist. I was just clarifying we were still talking about the island, whatever it's called. That was more what I was checking.
No, we're talking about the thing that Alex just made up. The land
Right.
with the creatures in the trees. No, the Isle of Mist is where Eledain imprisoned Sathmog's one of his most powerful mortal servants, a powerful summoner of demons by the name of Azrael Koth.
Let me get that in the chat.
Yeah,
Azrael?
That's what I was thinking.
Azrael.
Chapter Master, is that you? I noticed your winged elm. Gonna leave you.
And
I was holding the model up to the camera, but I don't know if my camera's even showing.
Oh,
No,
no,
it's
I'm
not.
not seeing your camera. Nor am I pleased that you have one and I don't.
so the Isle of Mist is a prison for Azrael Koth, and it is surrounded by a magical mist that corrodes all flesh that goes through it.
Oh, right.
But the only way to pass through
Sword, innit?
is to bear the sword of Eledain.
I've come
And-
across a lot of magical mists in my travels, and never have I come across a magical mist that's like, you're going to obscure the island
Yeah.
by killing anything
Yeah.
that approaches.
Yeah. And she says, the keepers of the Immaculate Flame thought that Azrael Koth was imprisoned for good, but the bat messengers, the encroaching evil upon this land, the moves, the rise in Sathmog cultists, I believe he is stirring in his crypt, and he is orchestrating these cultists through his agents within this land. And if I were you, or if you allied with me, and we had the sword of Eledain, I should take to the Isle of Mist and place it through Azrael Koth's black heart, and remove Sathmog's grip on the Misty Vale for good.
This is quite a noble goal. This is certainly more noble than your knightly brother.
But this is the ultimate goal of the Keepers of the Immaculate Flame. Those who hold true to our tenets that were laid down by Eledain himself.
So your ultimate goal, you're saying, is just to kill a guy who's already imprisoned and can't go anywhere. It's not by any chance to bring dragons back to this world and remove all humans from the Misty Vale.
Azrael Koth is a powerful summoner. He will have the power to spread his messages, as I mentioned with the bats that you may have seen. I have no interest in approaching any dragons, unlike Tylos and his friends.
And now, remind me, how are the tree rabbits involved in Azrael Koth's plan? No, don't worry. It's okay.
Perhaps we can ask him together. With a sword to his throat.
I have another question. It's regarding the Seekers of Truth. Sorry, what are they called?
The Truth Society.
So close.
The Truth Society. We've come across a couple of their members in our adventures, and I'd be curious to hear what your take is on their particular philosophy when it comes to Sathmog and the dragons and such.
So she has a think and says, "A very secretive organization. I instinctively mistrust them for that reason, but my knightly tenants say that I should be more open and believing, trusting. But I do not know much about this order, but I would be equally suspicious of them and their motives and their allegiances. I especially wouldn't take their gold just to be on the safe side."
Yes, good idea. We'll bear that in mind.
Oh, it's going to disappear later, isn't it? Like in Harry Potter.
It's going to turn you all into pirate zombies.
Well, Ophelia, our aim is to retrieve the sword for ourselves and defeat Sathmog. And if you're telling us this is the best way to do it, that sounds like a great plan to us.
I'm glad I can count on your help, and I will do what I can to help you as well.
Fantastic. Can you give us a second donkey?
It certainly seems like, for the time being, we are most certainly on the same side. And we're working towards the same aims.
Yes, the same aims, and we also absolutely have those parts of the statuette in our possession, having not been paid for them at all.
Stowed in a safe location.
Probably. One final thing, just to bring things back to our mutual friend, Tilos. There's a chance we may find ourselves at odds with him. It may not surprise you to learn that there's potentially some innocents caught in his bloody warpath. There's perhaps anything you might know about him, might be able to aid us in this. Perhaps be nice if we could avoid things coming to bloodshed, and don't really want to go to war with your immaculate flame water and all of these things.
Well, his biggest weakness is his strength, and that is his zealotry.
I see. So if someone was to ask him what his biggest weakness is, he would say it's perhaps sometimes too strong and care too much, and I'm too good at fighting. It's good to know. It's actually quite bad to know, but thank you.
I say that he does whatever he believes Eledain wishes him to do, and perhaps that is a way to manipulate him.
Oh, you've been ever so helpful.
Well, I wouldn't want to fight him, let's put it that way.
I mean, either, but there's someone in our party has a penchant for heroics.
And a long spear, so you can't get in.
Mally's got a lance.
That's true, you're fucked.
No, just at a stalemate. And he has a horse, I suppose. But I have a dog, who I'm calling Marrow, just so we know.
Marrow.
Yes.
Fair enough. Well, let's do some XP and wrap up.
Do it.
1 for participating in the game, Sesh.
Wheat. I love participation trophies.
And then, sound like a few of you gave in to your weaknesses.
I feel like I was a bit blunt about mine. I don't know if I feel completely comfortable taking an XP.
A possible XP.
Yeah.
True.
You can always refine it for next time.
Yeah. I mean, it was in terms of doing stuff like exploring locations and defeating dangerous adversaries. It wasn't a big sesh.
We didn't defeat him, did we? No. XP for
excuse me,
acquiring donkeys.
Although I did change defeat one or more adversaries to just defeating enemies in battle. So it's going to be
Did that-
so it'd be 2 plus the weakness if you
Right.
did it, or showed
I don't
some
think I did.
heroic balls.
I don't think ducks have all.
Google it.
Stop looking for opportunities to talk about your terrifying corkscrew penis.
No,
So
All right.
that's the real long spear.
The-
come on.
That's the
17, 18, 19. Oh, it's a drop out.
Oh.
so close.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
I thought you were going to be the first
Um,
to 17 then.
I'm not rolling swords first. I feel like it somehow always betrays me.
I'm rolling awareness.
Oh, bloody hell. I don't know what to roll.
Hey. My spinner's suddenly going really properly speed. I don't know what's
That's
happened.
exciting.
Yeah.
One of us.
Ruling, what is the difference between bluffing and persuasion, please?
Bluffing is deception. So it has to be a lie.
Okay.
You're doing the bluffing. Awareness is perceiving the bluffing, I suppose.
I didn't. That's fine. That's not what I asked. Okay. That's good. I'm definitely going to roll bluffing then because my bluffing is shit. And I've previously been just putting points in persuasion, but Archibald is definitely also a bluffer. So let's see if we can get.
Nice.
Nice. I might do a little persuasion as well. You know, Marcel sometimes finds himself having to persuade people. Well, that checks out. That was roll number 1. So, what should now happen? If we move over onto swords.
Yes. Still on 15.
5 weeks in a row.
Oof.
It's hard to get to this point, though. It is. I mean, it's a miracle we even got up to 16. It does feel like it's kind of the end of the road.
Any more for any more?
I've got one
No.
more, but
Yeah.
I didn't really
Didn't
do
you roll
anything.
a dragon, Alex?
Nah, it was on a. It was on
No,
a.
it was on a bane.
Mm.
It was a grey dice. It does not count.
Well, look, I think we all know there's going to be a bit more hunting and fishing coming along. So,
Sure.
huzzah! It's never the skill you want, but at least you don't go home with nothing.
Wait.
Everyone's a winner.
Everyone's a winner, baby.
Everyone's a winner when Marcel catches his second fish.
Almost
We did
as
this
big as the last one.
this knight who is a bastard to give us some pheasant last journey. So that you know, he's not all bad.
Yeah, and Hitler was nice to his dog.
Yeah.
So I don't buy your argument.
That is
Jesus.
that's quite a gotcha, actually. Yeah. I think you should probably say gotcha now, just to seal the deal.
Zing, I get a Zing XP.
You do. What do you
Aw.
what do you earn?
I'm gonna put it in my Sathmog points.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Makes my my Isle of Mist bigger.
Got to watch out for that.
Watch out for that.
Might want to get that checked.
Oy, oy, oy.
Oh, and I should say, before we end, that as you're talking to Alfilia, and the sun's maybe reaching zenith, and you're about to set off, the sky turns blood red.
Oh,
See you next time.
I love that.
This guy knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
oh no! And the sky turns blood red. Well, that's. I mean, it could just be, pollution. That's because we got the car.
I know what it is.
It's all
I know
pollution
what
from
it
the car.
is.
It's the spice.
What is it?
It's the
It's
spice.
like in Zelda, and all of
Yeah.
the mobs are respawning. That's what it is.
Yeah, do you remember when we had that Doom system that we had to account for all the time?
Yes.
Feels a bit like that.
Also means that you're about to get 20 free XP.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? That was a
too.
whole thing.
I loved that moment.
Yeah. I don't want to go through that again.
That was another. Was that a Daryl or a Michael thing?
I think it was both.
Yeah.
I wanted it. He was
The
very,
20
very
XP mental gymnastics-a-thon that we went through.
very anti it for some reason. Why?
Because it gave you like 20 doom.
Oh yes, but it was the end of the game, so I was like,
So in the end, I think you were for it, actually.
Yeah.
oh yes, I was definitely for it.
Right, team.
Laters, cheers, Ollie.
GG,
Cheers, mate.
good night.
GG, boy.
Thanks, Olly.
GG. Tower
Guys.
thighs next time. Promise.
What?
Tower thighs
yeah.
next time. Promise.
Well, we were planning to go to the.
Or Fort Malice.
Fort
It doesn't matter.
Malice.
It's fine. We'll work it out.
It's a discussion to be had for sure.
Indeed. All right.
Alrighty.
Right. Toodle
Sleep
pip.
well, pals.
Bye, dudes.
Bye bye.